Hi, I'm Bonnie Lynn Linke, and welcome to my studio, Stamping with Bonnie Lynn. Today I'm going to bring you a card, a fun fold card, that I made with the stamp set from the mini catalog July to December 2022. This catalog is good through the end of the year, and now through the end of August, celebrations going on. So if you place a $50 minimum merchandise order, you get to select from one of the free items that Stampin' Up! Has set aside for celebration. And with a $100 order, you can either have two $50 items, or else you can choose a $100 item. And some of the things that are still left are the Wonderful World Designer Series paper and stamp set. And there is also in here the Aspen Tree set, which is right here. This is Perch in a Tree. The dies are now available as of the other day with the $100 minimum order. So that's one of your choices to choose from. And there's some other lovely items. The Ring of Love's Designer Series paper is beautiful. I really like that. We are out of the soft seafoam note cards, and we are also out of the tree lot dies, which is a shame because they are great. I love them. Okay, this is the card that we're going to make today. It is a fun fold. There are so many different names for these cards that this could be called an accordion card. It could be called a Z fold. So I'm just going to call my fun folds. So, and this is what we're going to do. To me, this card fold is all about the Designer Series paper. And I love the Lights Aglow Designer Series paper. It is so pretty. And I'm just about out of this. I got a half a sheet of this left, and the sheets are only 6 by 6. And on this piece here, I ran this through my die cut machine with one of the Labels Aglow dies, and so it cut out the circle. I know my paper wasn't wide enough, but it's the size I had, but it looks fine to me. And I put the gold glimmer paper behind it, and so that shines through. This saying I've already done. It is heat embossed with gold, and it says joy. It is from the Brightest Glow stamp set, which is right here. And I've already stamped the season reading in Evening Evergreen ink, and I've die cut that. I will be stamping the saying I'm going to put in the card that we make today, because I want to show you how I put the cling sheets on the stamps, because there's some people that have trouble getting those on, and I want to show you one method that I use. So there we go. I'm just going to set that up there. And so this is the Brightest Glow. It is a suite, and this is the Christmas lights. And here are the twinkling light dies that come with it. And I used these dies, the snowflake. I'm calling it a snowflake. I don't think it's a star. And that is what I have on the front of the card out of gold glimmer also. So I've used those. Now I've already cut everything else for it. And then here's the stamp set. And this one I'm going to put on the cling for you. And then the dies for the Brightest Glow are the Labels Aglow dies. And there's a bunch of little snowflake stars right there. And there's a bigger one. And this actually will fit inside here like this, where you could not have a saying in it the way I did, but do this and cut it out. And that would look pretty along the top. 2 great label cutters, and then a swirl. So wonderful dies. I'm really enjoying them, and I think you would like them too. And then the Labels Aglow paper. It's just beautiful. The green is my favorite. I have not used any of the black yet, but I need to, and I will. And then there's the cherry cobbler, which is just as gorgeous as the green. And earlier in the month of July, I did a card out of the, using the Label Aglow Designer Series paper in the cherry color. All right, so let's get started with the card. And I'm gonna grab my paper trimmer here and grab my supplies. We need to score the card, or the card base. This is 11 inches by 5.5, and we are gonna score it at, let's see, make sure this is in the camera, 1 3/4, and then 3.5, 5 1/4, and then our last one, let me open this. I could take it out and turn it around and just do it at 4 inches, but I'm just going to keep sliding it down this way and do it at 7 inches. Okay. And then there was one other paper to be scored, which I wasn't thinking, and I already did. It's my soft succulent, and it is 3 3/4 by 6 inches, and I scored it at 3 inches right there, so it folds in half. All right, so now we're going to take this, and I like to start with my mountain part of the fold between the big piece and the little piece there. So I'm going to take that and fold it. I'm going to burnish it. And I'm going to repeat that. Let's see. I'm going to fold this side in. And notice I unfold it, so I'm only rubbing the one side when I do it. All right. And that's how it folds. And I call, in my mind, I call this section 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Also, this is the left hand, and this is the right hand. Okay, so now we're going to put our Designer Series paper in here, and I've already put my tear and tape on it. So I'm going to hold it down in place. Now I didn't have enough Designer Series paper to do the very vanilla with the gold snowflakes on it for this piece here. So I decided to go with this here. And notice for my tear and tape, I took off the upper corner, the upper piece, and then I press that, and then I just work my way around to take off the rest. Okay, and now I need to do these strips. And when I cut it, let's see, these right here, I want to get them right. They're cut like so, so I want them to go right in the middle. And then this goes on this side over here, and this one over here. So I'm going to start on this one, because that way I can kind of line it up so I'm getting it somewhat even with this. And I just use my take your pick to go under there and pull that tape. Press that down. And now when I have the two sides left, I pull them both off at the same time, or else I'll never get the other side. And so keep repeating that. Isn't it exciting watching me place my tape? A lot of people use the liquid glue. I've just never been very good with liquid glue. And so I use the tear and tape. And I will use the seals some too, but I just, you know, this is the way I learned, and it's what I enjoy doing. This is 1/4 inch tear and tape. I also have 1/8 inch tear and tape in my supplies. Okay, now I want to make sure that I get this right. Yes, this is it. On this piece, on the 6x6 piece, it's like there's a tree in the middle of it and it branches out. And these are, I thought about cutting the middle to put in here, but then I realized, well, my soft succulent piece is going to kind of hide it, so people wouldn't really be able to see it completely. So I just decided to take the piece, cut a 3-inch piece, 3.5-inch piece, and work that way. Or it was a 3-inch piece, and it actually turned out better. There we go. And then this one right here. Whoops, don't want to put that upside down. I like my Take Your Pick tool. I use it for so many different things. It's a great tool. Stampin' Up! Before that, oops, I moved it, so let me straighten that out. Before the Take Your Pick, they had this other little tool that I wish they still had. I just loved it so much, this little gray one right here. And that has always been a favorite. I still use it a lot too. I liked the skinnier tip. So this takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, it's really a wonderful one. And then at the other end is this gummy piece that you can pick up things with. If you have sequins and they're loose, it's great for that. And then this end screws off, and a brush for cleaning out your fine dyes will screw onto it. Now, the brush you have to buy separately along with the pads that come with it, but it comes with 2 pads, and they're much stronger than the original ones that they had. Okay, so we did that. So now we want to put our paper on here. So we'll go ahead. This paper goes on the left-hand side. So we'll put that right there. There we go. See, isn't this gorgeous, this paper? I love it. Okay, and next comes the paper for the right-hand side. And so I have my gold glimmer, and I have this that I want to attach. Now, if you have the 1/8 inch tear and tape, which I do, you could apply that up here and up here. But I decided I am going to use glue dots this time because 1/8 inch isn't a lot of room to hold on to glitter paper. And the glue dots, they just seem to work, I think, a little bit better on the glimmer paper. I'm sorry, I keep calling it glitter paper instead of glimmer paper. So, and I'm putting probably about 8 or so glue dots on here to hold it. Maybe a few more. Two on the circle spot, and put an extra one right there, and I think I can get an extra one down here too. Okay. Then you just want to line it up. I had checked it ahead of time to make sure it was the right size and wasn't sticking out underneath the paper over the sides, so that's good. And then we'll just take it and get this going right there. Okay. The last two pieces off and just press it down. Okay, perfect. So now what we want to do is we want to stamp our saying on this. So let me show you how I do this. So there's my red rubber stamp right there. So, okay, I got my block, I got my stamp. Now I need the cling, which is right here. And what I do is I take and pull one side off, and then I lay this down. And the reason why I pull the one side off is because once it's on the block, it's harder to get it, the first piece off, so because you can't bend the middle and grab an edge. So that's why I do it that way. So there it is right there. Make sure that I got the stamp right side up. I do. Wishing is right there. Okay, so you can see what you're doing, and you just set this on the stamp like so. And there you go. And I got it fairly straight. Because of not wanting to put my head in the video, I could have probably done a little bit better. Okay, so there is, there's that. Let me see, do I have a piece of scratch paper somewhere around here that doesn't look too terrible? Okay, and I like to always stamp on a piece of scratch paper first. That way I can see, make sure I'm going to have it straight or wet. And also I can see if my ink pad needs inking or not. So that's kind of crooked, so I know I want to not hold it straight across. So, okay. So hopefully I get this right, or else we'll have a crooked greeting. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. Set this aside. Okay, and I've already put my tear and tape on, so we'll go ahead and put that on here. There we go. And you know, once you have everything all cut out and prepared, it really goes together rather quickly. And I have a card from the gingerbread set from last year that is made like this that I'm going to show you too. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to attach this like so. Okay, to do that, I put 2 pieces of tear and tape already right there. And being I'm using tear and tape, I don't mind going ahead and doing the other side. If you are going to use sail, you may want to wait to do this side, which would be the left side, until you're ready to put it on so that you don't stick it to something in the meantime. Okay, and the way I do this is I fold it close. And what you want to do is you want to center this on your card base on this square. And the reason why is because you want this piece centered. Now I could go ahead and put this down first And then, well, let's do it. Let's try it that way. I've never done it this way before, so we're going to do it this way. We're going to go ahead and center the piece with the greeting where you want it at. Okay, that looks pretty straight. There we go. And see, your outer, this fold is going to cover up this piece so that when they pull it out of the envelope, they won't see the greeting at all until they start to open it. Now, and I know this isn't a lot of room to write a note on. If you are a person that likes to write a note on your card, what you could do is put a piece of very vanilla cardstock on the back to write a note on that. I've done that on some cards, but I do a Christmas letter now, so I just write an extra saying on my letter. Okay, so I want to make sure I have the right side, this side here. I want to remove these two pieces. And what I want to do is I want to line this up so that it covers my greeting, which it does right there. So I take this is section 4. I'm just going to take this and fold it over. Just that easy, press down. And now what I'm going to do, you can look at it and you can see how that covers it. That was real easy to do, probably the easiest way so far that I've put these together. My directions may say something a little bit differently because they're already written. So, okay, I remove the paper off my tape. I'm going to fold this section, the accordion, up tight. I'm going to take this and fold it over and press it down. And that's how easy it is to attach that. All right, so now we want to do, let me see, how did I attach this snowflake? I attached it with glue dots. So, okay. And the reason why I did glue dots, I would love to use dimensionals, but I'm going to use dimensionals to do my joy, and I don't want it too thick. So I am going to use some more glue dots. And I kind of overdo things. I'm going to put one on each arm of the snowflake. So just keep going like so, all the way around. And don't want one of those jumping up on us. And then I'll put one in the middle just for good measure. I went through a lot of glue dots. Okay, and then I want this pointing straight up. And I'm going to put my greeting over top it. So let me see. I should have probably looked before I pressed down, but good enough. Okay. Now, before I put my greeting on, I need to tie my bow on. So I'm going to put it like so, and I want the bow more up this way. Now, I cut my ribbon, I believe at either 20 or 22 inches. I think it was closer to 20. I probably should have, just to allow me extra room, I should have probably done 22, but 20 works. I'm not real good at tying bows like this, so let's see, and it's going the wrong way of how I wanted it to go. I wanted it to, let's redo that. You know, and if you have trouble doing bows, you can just do a double knot and do it that way. All right. And I'll make my bow look pretty when we're all done. I may put a glue dot just to hold it down where I want it to. So we'll leave that like that. Okay. And also I'm going to use dimensionals on my greeting on the front here too. Sometimes for these cards, I use a little bit larger of an envelope, and this will take extra postage. So let's see. Your end right here is going to run off the end right there, so I want to be careful where I put my dimensionals. Put one there. Okay. And this pick is great for taking the backings off of the dimensionals. I love that. Okay, my ribbon looks good there. Now I want this to go right across the middle of the snowflake. But make sure it's straight in case you didn't get your snowflake on straight, which I wasn't paying much attention and didn't get it as straight as I had wanted to. There we go. And then I want to take my joy and use a couple dimensionals for that. There we go. And I'll put that right here in the middle. Perfect. All right, and then I need my festive pearls, which are right here, and they come in, let me get this out. They come in red, soft succulent, or mint macaroon. Doesn't say on there exactly what color it is. Silver and gold. I am going to use a couple of the gold ones. I'm just all butterfingers today. There we go. Put one there. And put one there. Now on this card, with this paper, I had put one right there in the snowflake, but I don't want to put one down there. If I did, I would probably put soft succulent, but I will put one just right there. All right, isn't that beautiful? And then I don't have my limited edition stamp set handy right now, but I will stamp Made with Love on the back of it. All right, and then real quick for the envelope, what I do is I open my flap up, grab my silicone mat, my liquid glue. This is one time I used liquid glue. And I put my glue on. Thank you for joining me today for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, if you'll press like and hit that. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You can find me at my webpage, Stamping with Bonnie Lynn, and that's BONNIELYNN.com. And there are links to shop there, along with all my other projects and my host code. I am starting a host rewards program. It's not on my website yet, but it did start August 1st. And with every $25 you spend in merchandise on an order, you will get one reward point. After you get 10 points, which is $250, you will get a $25 gift certificate gift certificate from me to be used on the merchandise on your next order. Or you can give it away to a friend. And then you just take your scissors, your paper snips, and you clip this down. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest. But I do hope you will visit my website and sign up for my newsletters. I send them out 3 times a week. I send out card instructions twice a week. Unless I'm traveling, then I'll send pictures of where we're at. There we go. You got a beautiful envelope to go with your card now. And a beautiful card. Oh, I just think it's gorgeous. And here's this one here. And then the gingerbread one. Stamped the snowflake in the red. And here we go. Look at that. Your friendship makes the season sweeter. And open it up like so. And these, I just cut these out of the designer series paper from last year. And I used a different designer series paper on each of sections 1 through 4, and then another one on the back, wishing you a Merry Christmas, and some gems. So don't forget about the items that you have left over from last year. They will make a fabulous card. And I hope you like this. Thank you so much for joining me today. I enjoy coming into your home and spending this time with you. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.